Racquetball friends and family, today was day one of the Stay Home Junior Battle. It was spectacular. 36 of some of the best junior racquetball players in the world are competing in stay-at-home challenges, just like the adults did last week. Today's challenges were the plank and the racquetball wall hits. And let me tell you, they did not disappoint. They were competing, they were disciplined, they were enjoying and having fun. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you know, somebody's got to win, somebody has to be on top. So check out the results, look at the individual results, look at the team results. The top 4 teams after tomorrow will advance to the semifinals starting on Wednesday. So we hope you enjoy.
Van 4. Van 4. Arriba, arriba, arriba.
Higher. Time. A bit higher.
Way to go, man.
Time. Time.
Just breathe. Breathe. There you go. Come on. Come on, fight it.
Lower.
There you go. That's good. You're good. He's there. Hold her. Hold her tight. Higher.
Time. Time. Over to the right. Time.
All right, day one of the Stay Home Junior Battle is complete. I am here with Charlie Pratt, captain of Team Amazing and also the current champion of the first adult battle. Charlie, you know, thank you so much for being here. You know these kids way better than I do, but I'm going to hand it off to you. Before I say that, though, I have to say one thing. Ireland. Take it, Jeff. What do you got?
Yep, that's a good word. That's a good word. They, the Celtic Warriors or the Celtic Warriors. You know, and you say I know these juniors better than you. Yeah, I probably know most of them, but I don't know all of them. And today, a lot of them really impressed me. Honestly, the thing that stood out the most was just how close these juniors were, if not better than most of the professionals. I mean, to me, that's the thing that stood out that I think is just so impressive about today. They really brought it today. It was amazing. And like you said, the team from Ireland, the Celtic Warriors or the Celtic Warriors, I'm not sure which one is right, so I'm sorry. But they came out really right off the bat, super strong and kind of made a statement. But there were a couple other teams that did the same, so we'll get into that.
Yeah, it was a long day, and you know, we finally just finished up. But Carey was the MVP of the boys today, and Gracie Wardo with a late incredible performance is the MVP of the girls. And you know, talk a little bit about what you saw from both of them.
Well, they were definitely the MVPs in the plank as far as that goes. First of all, Ben Carey from Ireland put up a huge number that would have been in, I think, the top 4 of the pros, or top 4 or 5 of the professionals. He put up 643 on his plank, which is 49 seconds higher than the number 2. So that was, like I said, that was a statement. And, you know, in the plank, he was the last to go, and Ireland was already doing very well. And then for Ben to be the anchor and put up the best time of the day by far was like, you know, tip your hats to Ireland. They took that one down right from the bat.
Yeah, they definitely set the tone early. Gracie Wardo comes in late with a 5:30 on the plank. She gets 72 ball hits, and that was really, really impressive. And the way we put together the MVP is we rank them individually where they ranked, and then it's the lowest combined number. So that's how we get the daily MVPs. You know, you should know you were the MVP daily in the adult battle, and of course the overall MVP. So that's how those two, they really were super. How about, I have one for you. How about Leighton from Canada, man? What an impressive little guy, little kid, but mentally strong guy that is.
Yes, for sure. You know, honestly, there's so many more competitors in this one than the pros, and it's so hard to pick. But you're totally right, Gracie. You know, with the 5:30 to end it was huge. And you know, when we do talk about MVPs, it's not necessarily always, you know, the ones that get first all the time. It's the ones that can consistently be good at basically every event. And for the team competition, that's what you need from everybody. Is you need competitors that are going to put up solid numbers every time. It doesn't have to be a winning number every time, but you can't have a lot of weaknesses. Talking about Leighton, yeah, he put up the second biggest time of the day on the plank. And, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was his second plank because his video went out at about 2.5 minutes the first time he did it. So Scott stopped the clock, and then we made a decision, okay, let's give him another chance. It wasn't really his fault. We don't know what happened there. But then he goes to put up the second best time of the day. And then on top of that, he solved a Rubik's Cube in about 20 seconds, and he showed us a video. I don't know if you caught, I saw a Rubik's Cube sitting on the ground of his room after he did the plank, and it was either a brand new one or it had been completed. So we asked him about that, and then he ended up sending us a video of him doing a Rubik's Cube in 20 seconds, which is crazy. So yeah, big day for Leighton, definitely on the plank. And then he showed up, let's see, no, he was not in the top 10 of the wall hits, but you know, put up a good number either way. Some of the other names, yeah, Gracie had a huge day. Gracie was actually the only competitor that finished in the top 10 in both. Yeah, Ben Carey had a huge number in that, and he actually finished 11 in the wall hits, but Gracie was the only one to do both in the top 10. A couple other notable mentions, Ben Horner with a 5:30, which was tied for 4th with Gracie Wardo. Ben, you know, he's a 14-year-old, and that was super impressive from him. Cody Thomas also had a really good day. He finished, okay, I'm sorry. He actually was also in the top 10 in both. He was 9.
Yeah, I believe Chuck, he was second in the MVP race for the day. Cody and Cole also was tremendous today.
Well, Gracie, yeah, yep. Yeah, they're both in there. Gracie's got a slight edge over Cody, but he's right in there also. And then, like we said, Ben Carey with a number 1 and a number 11 finish was huge. You know who really impressed me also? One thing with the wall hits, we'll jump over to that real quick, is Valeria, who this is her second run at this. She put up the biggest number of the day. And if you watch the adult one, she was on the team that took first in that event. So they obviously have something going on there where they've figured out a good form, or they've practiced it enough. So she put up 93, and then close behind her was Vedant. And Vedant is also on Gracie's team. He went 92. And those were the two by far biggest scores. They were the only ones. No one was even in the 80s after that.
Yeah,
Cole Sendry, you know what? I don't know why I didn't. He was also both in the top 10, and he might actually be the front runner for MVP now that I'm looking at this. He got 3rd in the wall hits and 8th in the plank. And that's huge. And he's also a 14-year-old. But anyway, it was nice to see Vedant. He didn't do so well on the plank. He did okay. But the rest of his team did great. They finished 2nd overall on the plank, but for Vedant, for him to step up and do 92 when the next closest one was 78 after him was a big score. So
Yeah, I tell you what, Chuck, today, it was a great day. It was the first day I've seen these juniors go out. And what was most exciting for me was seeing how really competitive they were. We're watching it live and seeing everybody in the room and focusing and kind of it's like being at a racquetball tournament and you're watching all your competitors. We had 30 plus people in this room, and they were watching all their competitors all day. So it was pretty awesome. Let me ask you this. We'll end on this. Getting into tomorrow now, the 2 challenges will be the wall sit with ball control and ending with the racket jumps. Do you think Team Ireland is in first place right now? Do you think they're going to maintain and hold that lead?
Yeah. So with the overall team standings, is it okay if I mention that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
So overall team standings, we have the team from Ireland, the Celtic Warriors. They're number 1. Closely behind is Team Gearhead. So number 1 has 17 points, number 2 has 16 points, and then the next closest is 11 points. And there's a tie for 3rd between Canada and Internacionales. And then 5th is 10 points, and tied for 6th is 9 points. So there's only 2 points that separate 3rd and 6th at this point. So that's going to be really interesting to see who fills the 3rd and 4th spot here. That's definitely not locked up, but I will say that I think with number 1 and 2 having 17 and then 16 and then 3rd having 11, I think the Celtic Warriors and then Team Gearhead have got the semifinals. I don't want to say locked up, but they're in. They would have to have a pretty bad day tomorrow to not make the semis. And it's going to be really interesting to see who of the 3 through 6 end up in that 3 and 4 spot. Honestly, Team Ireland, they had their game faces on today. They really did. They were not scared of anything. I could just sort of tell they're here to compete, and I'm really excited to see how they bring it tomorrow. The wall sits, they're going to be I love these events, first of all, these challenges. That's going to test them. And, in the adult one, we had some amazing numbers put up on the wall sits. And I'm interested to see if these juniors can do the same, and I have a feeling they will.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting. So day 2 tomorrow, we can't wait for it. Chuck, there's no doubt about it. I see a lot of future IRT champions, IRF champions, LPRT champions, and these kids are ready to fight and battle, and it's a lot of fun. So let's check out the highlights, the individual results, and stay tuned tomorrow because we will have day 2 of the Stay Home Junior Battle. Charlie Pratt, Team Amazing Captain and current Stay Home Battle Champion. Thank you so much, and I know we'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
Yes, looking forward to it. Thanks, Sudsy.